Hello everyone and welcome to the final episode of Reading to You for 2019. I have to confess, the last week has been so stressful in deciding what to read to you as this year wraps up and we launch into another beautiful new beginning. I often think to myself, poetry has been my rock solid healing ointment and something that I curl my back with towards the world. So why not end in this reading to you through poetry? And for this episode of Reading to You, I picked up a book I first discovered in a friend's house in Colombo, Sri Lanka, called Poetry 180. Compiled by author Billy Collins, its mission is very simple: to make poetry accessible and everyday routine for people. Billy Collins has been the author of 11 books. He's also been a poet laureate for the United States from 2001 to 2003, I believe. And this book actually emerged from his tours across US schools, realizing that youngsters were not reading poetry. So this is a poem that he wrote called Introduction to Poetry that I wanted to start with and give you a taste of Billy Collins' expression and experience of the poetic world. So the poem goes like, I asked them to take a poem and hold it up to the light like a color slide and press an ear against its hive. I said, drop a mouse into a poem and watch it probe its way out, or walk inside the poem's room and feel the walls for a switch light. I want them to water ski across the surface of a poem, waving at the author's name on the shore. But all they want to do is tie the poem to a chair with rope and torture a confession out of it. They begin beating it with a hose to find out what it really means. Poetry can be credited for saving many, many lives in human history. Just the way simply someone condenses an entire emotion, a feeling into few words says a lot about how beautifully humanity has been served luxuriously by the art and skill of poets. And so from this book, after the first one, Introduction to Poetry, I wanted to pick another amazing poet that Billy Collins has included in the anthology. Kaylin Hott is the poet, and this is a poem called God Says Yes to Me. I want this poem to be a gentle reminder for all those of you who are venturing into the new year, looking for a little nudge or somewhat a tad bit inspiration and validation to do the things that you want to do and have been waiting to do for a while. So there's a poem called God Says Yes to Me. I asked God if it was okay to be melodramatic, and she said yes. I asked her if it was okay to be short, and she said, it sure is. I asked her if I could wear nail polish or not wear nail polish, and she said, honey. She calls me that sometimes. She said, you can do just exactly what you want to. Thanks, God, I said. And is it even okay if I don't paragraph my letters? Sweet cakes, God said. Who knows where she picked that up? What I'm telling you is, yes, yes, yes. You can do just exactly what you want to. Yes, yes, yes. So for 2020, all you brilliant people out there, I encourage you to read more poetry. It's really amazing to see how people have been able to craft some of the hardest and the harshest pains of the world in the most simple and healing words. And most certainly, if the answer you're looking for is yes to anything you want to do, go out there and live and craft the life of your dreams. The answer is always yes. My mother, my grandmother, my sister, my friends have always reminded me, God finds happiness in your happiness. So you can choose to do exactly what satisfies you, and people around you will find in happiness and joy in your happiness, truly. So have a brilliant 2020. I'm going to see you on the other side with another episode of Reading to You. This one's become pretty long, but it seems to be the perfect wrap up for 2019. Thank you for joining me on this journey, picking up your books, sending me photos, tagging me on social media, and telling me you are reading with me. Let's make 2020 a year of warm, fuzzy, nice, soulful, soupy words. I'm going to bring you mine and you share yours with me. Wish you a beautiful new year, and I'll see you soon on Reading to You.